continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
But they can't do anything.
I really don't know what he said at the end of this. I think that's what he said. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country. All he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that were from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere, all over the world they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that. He endorsed me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in caravans.
Yes, folks, that was a little bit of the so-called debate last night. This is Kenny with Just the Right Angle. A little post-commentary regarding what you could call a debate, as well as some comments on some other things. Of course, you can follow me at Just the Right Angle on Podbean, where I'll put a recording of this, as well as Rumble, where I, of course, do the live stream, and on Facebook. What's really sad is, first off, this guy was allowed, Biden, to be put into the Oval Office and be portrayed as the leader of the free world in the first place. This guy should have never been, quite frankly, he should have been kicked out for corruption when he was a senator decades ago. Notwithstanding his mental faculties, this career politician whose whole family seems to have all kinds of bank accounts and LLCs connected with Ukraine and China and various other crooked institutions, like I said, should have been removed from office and put in jail decades before he went senile. And as many conservatives have said before, he's mentally gone. We've seen it on TV. We've seen multiple videos of this guy falling off his bike, falling down the stairs, squatting to do what toddlers do in the middle of various events. Should have been removed, should have never made it to office and removed from office years ago. Every day people see this, people who aren't concerned about politics, they look at this and they realize that they were lied to. And that's the thing to take away. I know a lot of people played the part where Biden mumbles at the end, but I wanted to play what Trump said afterwards, because it's not just that Biden doesn't know what he said, it's that Trump knows exactly what to say regarding that issue. And he said it multiple times. And he's correct. Under Biden's leadership, illegal migration has killed our people far more than most wars and almost any other issue. It is destroying this nation, just like it's destroying Europe. The fentanyl deaths, most of the fentanyl shipped over from China and then manufactured in Mexico and then smuggled across our open border. And then we've seen massive deaths, Molly Tibbetts, Kathleen Style, Dominique Durden, Sabine Durden's son, victims of illegal alien crime. And this is the fault of Biden and his handlers, the ones who actually control them. Because after this, I think most people now understand that Biden doesn't make the decisions. It's some Soros operative, Barack Obama. It's a few other social globalist folks that you never hear about, you never see, who are making the decisions on what the direction of this nation. And that's why this nation is falling apart, why the middle class are being squeezed, why the inflation is going on, why the price of groceries has gone up, why the crime rate has gone up, especially in blue cities, why the number of government regulations has gone up. This is happening. And it's because of the people who handle Biden, not Biden himself. Overall, there are things I wish Trump had talked about in the debate. I wish he had been more specific when asked how you deport the illegals. There's actually a solution to that. One is called enforce the basic laws that are already there. The other is what we call self-deportation. It was actually done in Alabama, and it was very successful. It kicked illegals out. Simply, all you really have to do is require proof of citizenship in order to get state benefits or to be in the school system. It's not that difficult. You look up stories of the Alabama self-deportation law. Within 24 hours of them passing that law, most illegals left on their own. There's a story of a chicken plant that when within 24 hours that passed, poor people, mainly blacks and whites and some Hispanics, surrounded the chicken plant there to get jobs. So this is a notion that the pro-illegal folks will put up. They'll say, well, you can't deport them all, so you have to give them some sort of amnesty or path to citizenship. That's an absolute bull-faced lie. You can kick the illegals out and do so in a way that doesn't destroy the economy, as they claim. By the way, illegals have never been 5% of the gross domestic product. They are not the backbone of the U.S. economy. So you may hear that in the coming months as this issue, which is going to be probably one of the main issues, is brought forth. CNN did a terrible job, as they always do. They gave Biden all kinds of outs. I don't recall them cutting off Trump's mic, but I do see mainly what they did is try to protect Biden from himself and try as best they can to minimize the damage that basically Biden did to himself and the Democrat Party. And of course, they're going to lie and they're going to claim that I think they said there was some kind of cold that he had. They'll make up some other. Their commentators post-debate said that Trump lied, but when they give a specific example, you won't see one. There's this little kid named Harry Sisson. Here, I'll share this on Twitter. This poor guy named Harry Sisson, he's a young kid, and he's basically supposed to get the youth vote by being a narrative repeating propagandist. And he's got little clips of Joe Biden at some airport greeting people saying, oh, he's in great health, he's fit. Yeah, and I don't know if he's delusional, but I know he's getting paid a lot of money to pretend to be that. Speaking of being paid a lot of money, and this is a sad thing, there is a pro-abortion agenda that is going on in the state of Arkansas. There are people that are being paid thousands of dollars, well, actually $30 an hour, to put on the ballot a pro-abortion amendment. This would legalize abortion in the state of Arkansas, thanks to the efforts of Trump and really the state of Texas legislature that forced the issue regarding abortion. They were going to bankrupt the pro-abortion businesses. Roe v. Wade was overturned in the courts, and it was left to the states. Well, those states now have, several states have said, no, we're not going to have this murder of the unborn, Arkansas being one of them. Well, sadly, there is a massive effort by a fake group called Arkansas Limited Government to put on the ballot the chance to vote to murder the unborn. There is, however, a blocking effort. And I'm going to show you just how much money these people are getting. This group, Arkansas for Limited Government, as they call themselves, was bankrolled. Right now they have, looks like about $348,000. And this was actually an older report. This was the May report. So I think it's gone down to $340,000. A large part of that money, you can see some of their donors here, $50,000 from some guy named Steve Williams. And then some of them are from Solomon Farms. These are probably, by the way, places that you can boycott. But there's one place you probably won't boycott because I'm pretty sure it's a fake business. And that is, if I can scroll down, I had it here before. It's a group that gave $150,000, not quite half of their budget. And it is Cheryl and Edward Huffman from a fake organization called Green Shoots. It's some kind of LLC based in Blytheville. And I really want people to check this organization out because I really think this organization is just nothing but a LLC set up by leftists, out-of-state leftists, to fund and bankroll basically anti-Arkansan, anti-American projects like the pro-abortion amendment. Here, I'll show you this organization. This is some foundation. It's named after an agricultural term, and it says the Green Shoots Foundation, nonpartisan organization. That's a lie. Organization dedicated to uplifting people across the social fabric of America. The Please Consider Vaccination campaign marks the first of many initiatives the Green Shoots Foundation aims to advance. It claims shelter for the homeless, veteran advocacy, and increase in participation to exercise of self-government. And then it talks a little bit about them. They currently reside in Connecticut, where they raised 4 children. And Ted was in the government as he was in the Navy. They lived in Chicago and lived in New York. Ted had strategic development, Manhattan-based investment management firm. So these aren't Arkansans that are pushing for this. Now they will hire some Arkansans or pay them or get them to get involved in this. This is one of them, Courtney Maxwell. She's one of the activists here in Arkansas that's pushing for the pro-abortion ban. I want to focus on her because, of course, as you can see on her Facebook page, she's all about the LGBTQ agenda, straight kids into queer kids. And something about pride is about not turning queer kids into dead kids. Their line is that if you don't transition your child, if you don't convince your 4-year-old that they're a boy instead of a girl, they'll die. So she's a groomer. She's a pro-LGBT person, and she is part of the effort to gather signatures for the abortion amendment. Now, she was trying to be at a coffee shop in Monticello on Saturday. What happened was volunteers from Decline to Sign, like my lovely wife and others, contact the coffee shop and say, we don't want this. And some indicated that they may not do business there. And because of that, the coffee shop said, okay, fine. We're going to have to cancel the signing. You can see it here on Courtney Maxwell's Facebook page. So anyway, because of that, now on Saturday, she's supposed to be somewhere else in Monticello, and people like this are all over the state, particularly small counties. So do be careful. If you see these people, let others know. Tell Decline to Sign. Tell churches especially to get out there and stop them from gathering enough signatures to get on the ballot. They need 90,000 some odd signatures, and then a certain amount from about 50 counties. and again, of course, it's once again, we the people, underfunded, having to go against a massive, well-funded pro-abortion machine. But we can defeat them. We can beat them. And this is a small little victory that we had here, and continued effort can defeat a larger force. That's how this nation was founded. And speaking of which, I'll close with this. The RPA platform, rules and resolutions. The Republican Party of Arkansas leadership is failing to release or replace the RPA platform and rules on their website, despite the fact that conservatives on June 8th at the Republican Party of Arkansas State Convention demanded and adopted, following the rules regarding a state convention. A biennial convention is the final authority for a state party. As you can see here, and the Conduit News has the actual platforms. It has the one, if you don't just want to read it as is, it also has the ones where it was edited. Now, several committees have decided to support this change. One of them was Lincoln County. They actually met the same day as the debate. And they passed a resolution supporting the changes, as well as some other items that need to be dealt with, such as the delegate list. And here's actually the resolution here. This was posted 10 hours ago. I don't read the whole thing, but similar resolutions have been passed in other counties as more people are demanding that the RPA adopt the new rules. Biggest of the new rules, of course, is the closing of primary elections. So where we don't have Democrats help choose our Republican candidates. Another thing that was passed is that elected officials can no longer just be assigned positions on the state committee. So it gives folks that want to get involved in the county committee level that aren't elected a much larger voice. And there were other changes that were done too. And what we wanted these changes to be done. We know that Joseph Wood is not too busy. As a matter of fact, he is actually supposed to be going to a fundraiser in Tennessee 2 days from now. And Seth May is supposedly on vacation a week. He's being paid several $1,000s a year as a state director to supposedly make sure this stuff gets done, and he hasn't done it either. We also have our RPA Secretary of State that's failing to do their job. Well, our Republican Party of Arkansas Secretary. And so the convention, by the way, has not been adjourned, so it could reconvene and possibly remove some people from office. There's other things they may be able to do. I'm not sure if they can deal with salaries or not. But anyway, the conservatives are taking our party back. No, both parties are not the same. I know the libertarians and others want to say that Trump and Biden are the same. They're not. There is a conservative wing within the Republican Party that does want to reduce the size and scope of government and advance freedom. Join that group. Find out where those people are on a local level and join those people and help those people out. Anyway, that's mainly what I was going to broadcast about. Y'all, again, follow me on Twitter, Kenny_NLR, where I make regular posts about this, on Facebook, and, of course, Rumble, Just the Right Angle. This will be recording on Podbean, Just the Right Angle as well. Also, check out KRN News Radio, especially Saturday, 12 to 3, the Steve Finnegan Show, where I'm a producer. We'll have some discussion about this. Anyway, that's it. You all have a great day.